Hey guys, welcome back to 8 Ball Sports with college football week 7. Week 7. I was looking at my NFL sheet over there. Week 7 predictions. And I mentioned this in the NFL video. If you haven't seen that video, it was out yesterday night, Wednesday night. This should be out Thursday morning. If you haven't seen that video, be sure to go ahead and check that out. I mentioned why there was no recap this week. I've just been real tired, busy with school and baseball. But anyway, I went 15-13 last week. I'm just going to take a quick recap. Of it. I didn't do great. I mean, I went 23-10 the first week and then 15-13. Not too necessarily too many upsets, just kind of the Notre Dame game, the Florida State game, a bunch of close games. Virginia Tech game. Who saw Virginia Tech coming out and dominating? I for sure did not. Any other just kind of games? Maryland, Penn State. I believe the Maryland maybe a little bit too much. BYU, Michigan State. Michigan State's not good. Anything else? Oregon State beating Cal. That was a little bit of a surprise. Washington State blowing out Stanford. Boy. Jeez. Arizona State beating UCLA I missed. Colorado, I had a little too much faith in them as well. Tennessee, Texas A&M. What a game, but did not predict it right. And that's all the ones I missed. Big ones, at least. I may have not mentioned all of them, but so I went 15-13. Not very good, so hopefully we can do better this week. So let's hop right into the prediction part of this video. Sorry about my voice, it sounds real weird. Wake Forest and Florida State. I have Florida State winning this game. Wake Forest has actually been surprisingly decent this year, but they're not going to be contending with Florida State. Virginia Tech, Syracuse. I have Virginia Tech winning this game. Their dominant performance last week over North Carolina. Syracuse is not a bad football team, but they're not going to be able to pull out the win if Virginia Tech can hold on to the ball and play like they did against North Carolina. North Carolina, mentioning them, versus Miami. North Carolina got blown out by Virginia Tech last week. Miami lost because of a missed extra point. North Carolina beat Florida State. Miami lost to Florida State, but I have Miami winning this game. I just don't see North Carolina pulling off the upset. NC State, Clemson. As much as I want to go for NC State, they had a very interesting, game. Last week, as it was just a downpour and it was like a slip and slide, but they're not going to be able to beat Clemson unless it's that same weather. But I'm pretty sure it's in Clemson. Pretty sure it's at Clemson, I guess is the word I'm trying to look for. Anyway, Clemson's going to win that game. Duke, Louisville, pretty easy pick here. Louisville, I mean, they're going to win, I hope. Not I hope, I mean, I don't care really if they win. I'm not a Louisville fan or hater, but I think they're going to win. I mean, they had the more talent, I guess. Georgia Southern, Georgia Tech. Sorry, Georgia Southern. I haven't really seen what you guys have done this year, and I don't expect you to win. Pittsburgh, Virginia. I have Pittsburgh winning this game. I had them beating Georgia Tech last week, and they did, so I have them winning this game against Virginia because Virginia's bad. Anyway, Kansas State, Oklahoma. I have Oklahoma winning this game. Kansas State. Who would have thought? Okay, go back to the beginning of the year. Who would have thought 3-2 Kansas State, 3-2 Oklahoma? I think most people would have thought Oklahoma would probably be 4-1, losing one of the games to Houston or Ohio State. And I don't think anyone really saw Kansas State coming out with a good chance of making a bowl. However, I don't think they're going to get past Oklahoma. Oklahoma's going to win that game. West Virginia, Texas Tech. West Virginia, I believe, is the last hope for Oklahoma, for the Big 12 in the playoff hunt. And I do not believe they're going to be able to get there. I think some team's going to dethrone them. I have West Virginia in this game, however. Kansas, Baylor. I'm going to go ahead and take Baylor. Kansas, not a very good football team. Not much else to it. And then the last one in the Big 12, Iowa State, Texas. Going to take Texas. Same situation. Iowa State, not a very impressive team. They did almost beat Baylor a couple weeks back. I think Texas is going to win this game, though. Ohio State, Wisconsin. My team, the Buckeyes, going to get on the Badgers. Game day is going to be there. It's going to be a great game. And I'm going to give you my opinion here on why, not just because I'm going to be biased. I think Ohio State's going to win the game. I'm not going to pick against my team. But the reason I think they're going to win the game is I just don't trust Wisconsin's offense. Our defense has been very, very solid, especially in the red zone and on the ground. We have not allowed rushing touchdown this season. And in the red zone, they're 58% scoring, I believe. Don't quote me on that. It may just be touchdown, 58%, but I'm not sure. And then Wisconsin, very, very impressive defense. I don't think they're going to be able to shut down our offense, though. I mean, I wouldn't bet against it, though. Our passing offense looked like trash last week. Luckily, our rush offense was there for the most part. But I don't think they're going to be able to just shut us down. I think our defense is going to be able to shut them down. It's going to be another low-scoring affair like the Michigan-Wisconsin game. But once again, like the Michigan-Wisconsin game, Wisconsin's going to come out with the loss. Minnesota-Maryland. I have Maryland winning this game. I put faith in them last week. They let me down against Penn State. I do not trust Minnesota, though. They are just not a great football team. I don't know. They're just not a great football team, in my opinion. Iowa-Purdue. Iowa's going to win that game. Iowa, not another kind of like, in my opinion, looks like Stanford. Which is funny if you remember how Stanford crushed Iowa in the bowl game, but both of them high hopes coming in. Iowa, the favorite, on the other side of the Big Ten, from Ohio State, Michigan State, and they've just not performed there at that level. And Purdue, I mean, there's not much to say about Purdue in the past 10 years. So, yeah. Illinois versus Rutgers. I have Illinois winning this game. I mean, Rutgers has lost, hang on, quick math, 136-0 the past two games. I know Illinois is 1-4 and Rutgers is 2-3, but I just think Illinois is going to find a way to win. It's kind of just I mean, who cares about that game? Unless you're a Rutgers Illinois fan, I completely understand. But Nebraska, Indiana, I have Nebraska winning this game. 4 Big Ten teams in the top 10 right now. Nebraska being number 10, and they're 5-0, and they're going to be a tough task for any of the Big Ten teams. Northwestern Michigan State, as much as I kind of want to see Michigan State lose their 4th straight, I'm going to go ahead and have to take Michigan State in this game. I don't think Northwestern's going to be able to upset them like the past 2 teams have in BYU. The past 3 teams, Wisconsin, Indiana, and BYU. Utah, Oregon State. I know Oregon State got the big win last week, but they're not going to be able to beat Utah. Utah's going to win that game. Stanford, Notre Dame. I wanted to go with Stanford. I even have it. See if you can. Right there. You see that little mark out? I know it's backwards, but Notre Dame, Stanford. I know my handwriting's bad, but I put Stanford, but I marked it out and I picked Notre Dame. I know Notre Dame's 2-4, but the way Stanford has played the past 2 weeks, they have to give McCaffrey the ball 60% of the time. They have to give McCaffrey the ball 30 carries. They have to give McCaffrey the ball a third of the completions. I don't care how much you have to give him the ball. He's a playmaker, and you guys are failing to give him the ball, and then you're getting down early, and you're putting yourself in passing situations where you don't have a quarterback and you don't have receivers, and you try to throw to McCaffrey, they're going to keep just double-teaming him out of the backfield to catch it. I mean, it's Washington State crushed you guys. Okay, that's enough for the rant there. UCLA, Washington State. I know Washington State just came off a big win, but I have UCLA picking off. I mean, I guess they could pick up the win, but no, they're going to pick up the win. USC, Arizona. I have USC, Arizona dealing with some injuries. I did watch one of their games. I think it was against UCLA a couple weeks ago, 2 weeks ago. I know it wasn't last week. I think it was 2 weeks ago. And they've just been injuries. They lost to Utah last week. So, yeah. Arizona State, Colorado. As much as I want to pick Colorado, gonna have to go with Arizona State. They're 5-1. I mean, I don't think really people are paying too much attention to them because I don't necessarily know if they've played anyone that relevant, but I believe they've beaten Cal and a few other okay opponents in the Pac-12. So, they could be a contender over there in the Pac-12 with, I don't even know anymore. The Pac-12's not having a team, sorry. SEC, Missouri, Florida. I have Florida. Missouri's not a great football team. Florida had like 2 weeks to prepare for this game, thanks to them not playing last week. I made a video on that, but I decided not to post it because it was like a vlog more like, because it was in the car. Because I was just hearing the news that they had canceled the game. And then it was kind of bad quality. It's on my phone. Once again, I say it again, my bad. But anyway, and I don't know. But anyway, I had the whole thing, like, why they cancel it so early. I don't know. But Florida's going to win that game. Vandy, Georgia. I put my faith in Vandy too much. Had them beating Kentucky last week. I had them beating whoever they played before that. I'm pretty sure the week 2. And I just can't put my faith in them anymore. Georgia's going to win this game. Ole Miss, Arkansas. Ole Miss is going to win this game. And I'm pretty sure of it. All right. I've talked to some of my friends, and one of my friends took Arkansas here, and I just don't see it. I know Arkansas they didn't play good against Bama. Okay, the score 49-30 looks like they played decent, but they really didn't. You go back and look at the game footage; they did not play decent. Ole Miss played Alabama better. Ole Miss has 2 losses, but they have 2 quality losses. I know Florida State's kind of a quality, but they have 2 quality losses in my opinion. Arkansas, I don't think they're going to be able to stop Chad Kelly, and I think Ole Miss's defense is going to be a shootout in my opinion. But I think Ole Miss's defense is going to be able to slow down Arkansas's enough. Bama, Tennessee, as much as I want to pick against Alabama and Nick Saban, I am going for Tennessee in this game, but I cannot let my heart decide. I have to let my mind decide, and I have Bama winning this football game. I know it's in Neyland. I think Tennessee has a very realistic chance of winning this game. And then the SEC is all shaken up with Texas. That was fun. Let me just pose a question here on the table. Answer it in the comment section. If Tennessee beats Bama, Bama beats Texas A&M, say LSU and Florida make up that game, and Florida wins. So Florida is going to go from the East because they only have 1 loss. No, wait. Tennessee only have 1 loss too. So no. Say Florida loses. I don't care about LSU. Say Tennessee goes from the East with only 1 loss. Okay, I'm drawing a little map thing here. And then say Bama, Texas A&M, who would get the tiebreaker there? It would be Bama because they beat Texas A&M in a rematch where Bama wins. So Bama with 1 loss, do they make it to the playoffs? I'm sure they do. And that's kind of how I see it playing out. I think Tennessee has a very good chance of winning this game, but I cannot pick against Nick Saban. I don't pick against him much, I guess. I will pick against him every now and then. But Mississippi State, BYU, I'm going to go with BYU. Mississippi State, not a very good football team this year. Actually, they lost Dak Prescott, and they lost to Auburn pretty bad. And BYU, coming off a big win over Michigan State, even though Michigan State's not that good this year, it seems. Still, that's a big win for a Power 5 team, beating a pretty big, at least in past years, Power 5 team. So Southern Miss, LSU, fairly self-explanatory there. That's going to round up the Week 7 in college football. If you agree with my picks or disagree with my picks, leave that in the comment section. Be sure to talk your opinion about this entire SEC situation or the Big Ten situation, as that is also interesting, or any other situation. I think the Big 12 and Pac-12 pretty much out of playoff contenders. And I think the ACC has Clemson. But that's about it. Anyway, Louisville too. I guess, Louisville. I think Louisville may use Houston, and then that's going to ruin their hopes. Anyway, if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe. Be sure to like this video. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like the video. I think I said that right. And be sure to, once again, comment your opinions down below. And I will see you guys later.